Alright, what's up everybody? Revisiting something I've done on previous videos. Haven't done it in a little while. Is we're going to play some bots today. I saw that we have 4 new Discord bots on chess.com. I have very loosely and infrequently used Discord in the past. So I do know what Discord is, but I'm unfamiliar with these bots. I don't know if they're actual bots from Discord. Oh, we got new boards too. 200, 1100, 1700, and impossible. I don't know if chess.com has ever had an impossible bot. But we're going to play through these, try to speed through the first couple, have a pretty serious game, I'm sure, with Nelly at 1700, and then we'll take on Professor Dr. Wumpus for fun at the end. See if impossible is true. I'm assuming it is. It could be far lower rated than impossible and still probably beat me, which is okay. It looks like it's forcing us to play with the purple set. So we're going to roll with that. I haven't played with the non-3D pieces in a little while. Got to back up from the screen a little bit. It's a little bright. We'll go ahead and snap off that knight. So we got Wumpus at 200 first. Let's go d4. Computer's charging, so we should have no issues there. Here, let's push. Let's go knight f3. Mouse is, there we go. Mouse is a little bit slow, but I had it on the wrong setting, so we're back now. I need to get a new mouse pad. It sticks quite a bit for me. That move doesn't do a lot for me. Let's just go knight c3. Pushing is fine. I will go a3. Queen up. Let's go queen d2. With the open rook here, a little hesitant to castle kingside just yet. It's also a decent move to prevent me from castling queenside. Rook b1 is certainly an option. I don't have to castle. I don't like going back to queen c1, so I think I'm going to go here. Ooh. Let's take that. It's an interesting move. I was going to say I wasn't loving my position against the 200 rated bot, but we got that one. Am I nervous after king g1 here? Not necessarily. Rook c1 seems like a good start. Pushes the pawn, so definitely leaning take here on passant. Definitely going to start with that. Black does take. I think now we castle. We'll start with the check. And then I certainly have time right now for g3. I could also go queen f4. Looks pretty good. Threatening this pawn. Here we would just take. This seems like a good starting move. Sacks the rook. I don't think this works. I did not think this works. I looked at it briefly. They have the check. And after any drop back move, here we just offer the trade. Certainly we're going to be more than happy to trade there. Have to be mindful. Black will have a check here if I move my queen. I think right now I'm going to just look to double. I don't have to take it, but it does seem silly not to. And we can snatch this pawn. Sacks the bishop. We want want to sack the other bishop? No, not quite. Not quite there yet. Take there. Now let's see if we can deliver a fast checkmate. Perhaps not. Let's go here. Looking to come in here with check. Forward, okay. Check. Here. Check. Here, here. And then, is this mate? No, it's not mate. Here, king here, check. That should be mate actually. Okay. A free month of Discord Nitro. I don't need a free month of Discord Nitro. Next spot. Clyde is 1100 rated. A little slow here. There we go. Start with e4 again. We get a Sicilian. I've been going knight c3 against this. Against the Sicilian. As of late, let's go bishop c4. I have been falling to a fairly common and annoying trap to fall into. In a lot of positions, I'll bring my bishop out to e3, and maybe this is useful for other people. But I'll get into a spot where black will go e6 and then d5, takes, and they'll have a knight out. I can't take the pawn, so I'll slide my bishop out and I end up getting forked by d4, hitting the knight and the bishop. I haven't been playing knight c3 for that long, so it was an opening trap that I had never encountered. And as you do with opening traps that you've never encountered, you fall for them 15 times in a row. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing. Offering a trade of the bishops. I like that trade better though. So see, that doesn't work here, obviously. So many ways to take. I think let's take with the knight. Queen here. This is looking ugly for black. Though I don't have... I'm wondering if I can get away with this. I don't think so. I was looking for some potential sacks, but I don't think those work yet. I think I like queen f3 here. Let's poke a bit. Check. Okay. Now what? Bishop there. Okay. So obvious move here. Do I have anything better? I don't think so. Could take the rook. Slightly tempted to take the bishop here, because I feel like I should be close to mate. Take with check. Take here. Queen check. Not quite. I could always win the rook at the end if I really wanted to. Taking the rook just doesn't seem great. I'm going to do this. And if I take bishops first and knight here, I lose my queen check. Kind of want to make sure I give that check first. And now what? Probably just this. Knight out here, hitting the pawn. Just take with check. So I could take the rook. I don't need to give black that, nor should I don't think. Here they can block with the knight. We take. Black has some weaknesses right now, and I'm not inclined to give them any counterplay. So we're going to go here. This loses. Can block with the knight. They don't even try to. We'll take it. here. If king here, knight check. Not great. Okay. Check here. If here and king goes back at all, then we take. Here, king here is mate. So here the king would have to step up. I don't have much else there. Yep, okay. Let's start with this. King does step up. We'll take this with check. King keeps running. I'm going to take the knight. Kind of tempted to just throw this at black. Here and threaten mate. Why not? Yeah, okay. Game number 3. There's a little bit, it doesn't look like there is on the recording. That's good. All right, 1700, start with e4. This one could definitely prove to be a challenge. f5. I've certainly played against this move before. I don't at all remember what the correct response is. I'm sure the correct response is to take it. I could also just push e5. Taking it, and then d5, and I think I'm going to push. e5 to me kind of feels like the way to punish it, and then we'll go d4. That makes sense, actually. That does make sense. Do we go all in and go f4? Knight f3, takes. I get the queen trade. That probably doesn't necessarily hurt me, moving the king there, but it does feel unnecessary. Pushing isn't really an option here. Hitting the knight just takes. I kind of just want to go all in. Not gonna lie, we're gonna do it. And now knight f3. Seems good. They do take. Here my intention was to take with the f-pawn. Try to leave d5 as a potential break in the future. I think that's what I'm going to do. With the check. Here, knight takes. Doesn't work. I could do this, but I don't necessarily love my knight on c3. This might be better. Let's block. Let's develop the bishop, looking to castle. Here I will take. And then we'll castle kingside. Definitely looking to make some use of this. Bishop back is certainly an option right now. I think I'm going to start with knight d2, looking for knight b3. They do immediately go there, which isn't overly surprising. Pushing I wasn't really concerned with. Maybe I should have been. Pushing I was just going to go knight in. If I go knight here, bishop here, and everything's kind of locked down and I don't love it, I'm going to go for this. We'll pre-move that, anticipating that black is going to take the queen and then take here. I do have some weakened pawns in this. And white's, or black's knight, excuse me, is going to have lots of squares to jump to, which is valid. Let's go poke at that knight, assuming it's going to jump here. It doesn't jump. So the knight does not move. I am very tempted to take it. Do I think this position is going to open up at all? I'm not the best at deciphering knight versus bishop in games. Not even close to the best. I would say generally I'm bad at them. But this position feels fairly closed down. I'm inclined to think that I like black's knight better, and that I should take the knight given the opportunity. I think I'm going to. The issue I'm going to run into here is that even on rook b1, black goes rook b5, and I'm losing that pawn. I could try this in that scenario. Take here, take, rook takes, and then rook takes here. I'm losing at least one pawn there. Here, rook here, takes. I think I want to start with rook b1. On this, I kind of want to go rook b4. He offers a trade. That is surprising, but it does make sense. Not overly concerned about the open file here. If he ever goes rook d3, I can just step my king up, probably to g2. I kind of want to trade and shove this pawn down the board. Probably not even, probably just b3 is better. I don't feel like I necessarily have another option. We're going to go b3. Takes. Probably don't want to isolate pawns. Here I'm going to lose a pawn, but I've got to protect at least one of them. Yeah, this is not good. Not good. I was missing that f3 was hanging initially. I'm losing multiple pawns no matter what. And I don't have a lot of counterplay. All my pawns are weak. Here, takes, takes, takes. I'm maybe at least only losing one pawn there. Don't even take a pawn, really? Really? That is surprising. Here? Takes here? No, doesn't take. Here, rook just takes. Not the best. Rook a4 is such an ugly move. Maybe rook a7. And then rook b7. Check first is surprising. That feels inaccurate. Rook there feels inaccurate. I feel like black should have won far more pawns than they have at this point. Bring the king in. It's fine. Now how to make progress. I could at this point drop the rook back. Looking to go attack some of these. h4 seems like a good move. I was going to say the king could come in. Does not. Here, why not this? My pawns are going to be very solid at this point. This is not a great way to play for this here, but I don't have another option. If black's rook never leaves the a file, then my rook is trapped. unless I do something like b6, which frankly is very possible at the moment. Should I consider b6? Thinking like b6 takes, probably take. King comes up, I take, give a check, and then we come hit these pawns. It feels like a good way to generate counterplay, because I think otherwise I'm just moving my king around waiting for black to move. And b6 is the only way to try to wrestle some of that control over for myself. Here, check. We step away. Takes. That should be fine. I'm going to go for b6. Black does take. Here I think I have to take. I can't give black an unprotected pawn. King here makes sense. I think I have to give the check, and then we go for these pawns. Rook here I'm not worried about. It feels like black has found a way to lose this. And I don't think they should have. Let's go after this pawn. I was going to say black can give checks, but they don't do anything at the moment. Here I give a check. And we just push, right? Why not? Here we step here. Check again, we step up. Do need to be a bit careful here. Just a bit, not a lot, but a bit. I don't think I need to slide the rook over just yet. It does get dicey though with the rook coming from underneath to check. My king needs to run to this square. So here we have to step here, protect the pawn. After that move, I kind of love the position. Kind of love it. Rook b7 seems great. We push, we give a check, we push again. Here, if check here, we're fine. If the rook comes to the h-file, we just promote and then give a check at the end, because the king is one square too far away. Correct? It's a nice move. Define there for the win at the end. Take the rook. Now we just got to clean it up. Let's go cut the king off, just for cleanliness purposes. No need to run any risk here. My computer is a bit laggy on the, whoa, very laggy on the promotion, but that's okay. Let's give the check and then here. All right, we got to 1700. That was not a well-played game. I think that black really just completely blundered that in the end game. I was going to say, there's no way that was a zero mistake, zero blunder game. My webcam's blocking it. I had 1 missed win, 3 mistakes. For a second, it was saying 0-0-0. I wasn't buying that. All right, last game. Let's go. Oh, we're already ready. We've got impossible. Except I'm a genius. Great. Let's go d4. At least getting a new opening. No f5 business. Here I take. Then we jump the knight in. Still a bit laggy here. I do a bit of coding too, and I've got the simulators up and running, so I don't think that's helping. Let's go bishop e3. And then we're going to look for c4. Let's go for it. We get the check. Knight c3 seems like the appropriate response. Black castles. We're going to go bishop e2 and castle ourselves. Interesting move. Kind of wondering about c5 here. Black can always take. I'm not really threatening to trap the bishop in at all. I just don't love taking. I'm going to push. I'll let black double up. This seems like a fine move. We'll pre-move. Yeah. Black had to take there to avoid losing material. Had to take on c3. We have closed down the position a decent bit, which I think is just fine. Bishop is covering b1. I'm going to start with this move. Offer the trade, kind of expecting black's knight to jump in. Thinking that maybe I should get bishop g5 in sooner rather than later. Here, if takes, I assume black will take towards the center. I don't actually dislike that. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to go bishop g5. So the point of this, I don't want that knight to jump into e4. I could encourage black to push their pawns, which I kind of like. I'm going to do that. They do. It's not worth it to sack, but I kind of like seeing that. At this point, I think they could take. Knight here seems appropriate. Queen in. Okay. Okay. Not what I was expecting, for whatever reason. Do I have anything like knight d7? I don't think so. Queen steps here. What's next? Threatening to win a pawn, but all the queen has to do is attack the knight. Doesn't do much for me. What about queen b5? Knight takes here. We take here, we're hitting the queen. And winning material. If the knight jumps away, I'm not gaining anything. Then I would have knight d7 and bishop takes the pawn, which seems very greedy. I think it is technically there, though. I'm kind of liking queen b5. It's definitely an aggressive move. Knight comes in, probably just offer a trade. If here, knight takes, we take. Queen has to slide. I feel like, and then I can look at going like f3. I feel like I'm just a bit more in control after this move. Knight jumps out of the way. So here, my greedy approach was thinking that I go knight d7. Wherever the queen steps, I can win this pawn, but man, is that ambitious. I mean, we're playing against the impossibly rated person. I think now is not the time to play it safe. Surely I'm going to lose that. Surely I'm going to lose anyways, but I feel like we do need to stay aggressive here. Nope. We lost the mouse here. There we go, we're back. So here, I'm sure the point is going to be that if I take, and even something as simple as c3, knight takes c3, where is my queen going? I'm going to lose the knight there, which very much makes sense. Hard to argue with that. I don't have to take yet. I could go like rook to e1. At least threatening this. And then I can take the pawn at the end. Seems like a good start. Really? That makes too much sense. That's a bad miss. Just push the pawn. Well, I don't think I have any clever responses to that. I mean, surely I need to just take the pawn, right? Yeah. Okay, got one on me there. I can maybe c4 is accurate. Don't think my mouse battery should be out, but it keeps losing. Keeps dropping on me. Here I'm gonna take that pawn. Takes. I'll accept the trade here even though I don't want it. Black doesn't even want to give it to me. See if I can encourage them. Now how do I get mated? I mean, anything like this surely just loses to a check. There's no way that I'm hanging in there. After a move like that, I don't think Black has blundered anything sneaky, and the best I can think is to offer a queen trade, which is surely losing. Most certainly. Anything better with rook check? No. There is not. If here, you can just take even, and I'm forced to trade. And that's not good. Not good. I mean, I'm sure this is losing. I'm trying to find some last-ditch resort, but I don't. Last-ditch effort. That was a bad blunder. This is not a good start. I was kind of hoping I'd have something here. And if king here, I at least have the check. But after here, I really don't. And the queen covers this square, so I don't have a perpetual. I mean, surely I've got to try that, right? I have no other good way to cover this, so let's give it a go. King here. Yeah. Check here. King takes, queen here, king up, and I'm out of checks. Nothing else sneaky. I don't think there's anything better with takes here. Here, king up, I'm still out of checks. No way to stop mate. We'll play it out just for fun. But it's the only way to actually stop mate. Alright, we'll resign this one. I'll go do a quick little game review and we'll call it there. Honestly, about what I could have hoped for. Beat the 1700 and then got killed by Dr. Wumpus. Oh, pop-up window blocked. Whoa. Don't need that many. Tell me how bad I played. I did not play like a 2750 there. That's BS. So it said I had a missed opportunity here.
Black should have taken. Is my missed opportunity dropping the knight away? Is the bishop trapped otherwise? Is that the point here? I mean, what? Like, if I do this, is that the right move? Knight b1 is best. My thought here was he could take, but I'm not putting my knight in any position where it could ever be kicked back in this bishop's line of fire. The point here is that the bishop is trapped, which I looked at. I just assumed that there was no way that was going to hold up, but I guess it does. Because after here, regardless of what black does, I'm playing a3. They can't create an escape square in time. Knight back, even if they go here, trying to open it up, they're not in time. So laggy today. Yeah, all right. I missed that one. That one's bad because I was even talking about that one. We missed there. Bishop had to take. And then I had some bad moves towards the end. Here, black is winning, but just slightly better. Queen b5 is an inaccuracy, but wasn't bad. Yeah, and then I got greedy here, missing c6 was going to come. And the second that happened, it was a long shot. Yeah. I played all the best moves to delay checkmate as long as possible. So, you know, we tried. But yeah. Oh well. Can't miss opportunities like that against good players. 3,100, so not impossible. But I could have gone up a piece at least had I seen that tactic. So, oh well. That'll wrap it up for this video. I don't think there's any other new bots, so we'll probably be back to our 5 puzzles per video next week. Thanks anybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.